Welcome back to Crusader Kings 2, when the world stopped making sense. Last episode, we pretty much took back all of Italy. We've started some work on taking back Rome, and of course we started building the Circus Maximus as well, what we are going to call, what were some suggestions I saw? The Collar Diccus, I think, was one, and the Circus Biggus Maximus, or something like that. There were some really good names out there, and I'll decide on one when we get to it. One of the other things I asked last episode was, did we want to go Hellenic? Did we want to stay Christian? And it was overwhelming, the response that you guys wanted me to actually convert over to Hellenic. So that is something we will definitely do. What do we need? We need to come out of hiding, which will take, no time whatsoever. Now, obviously the downside to flipping religions so far into your character's age is that our heir is still Catholic, but because we hold a Hellenic holy site in the form of Rome, it doesn't matter. We can literally convert whenever we want back to the Hellenic faith. So this is really, really good for us. What's the plan? Well, I think we're in the last sort of hours of Biggus Diccus's life here. He's in his sort of last throes, his swan song. He's not going to last much longer. He is 66. He's stressed. He's sort of in seclusion, trying to buy, what is this, slow fever right now. This has been around for a while, so hopefully it won't last too much longer before it disappears. Plan is, flip to Hellenic. I think convert what we can to Hellenic before we really start, branching out into the world. We don't want to be dealing with, new province revolts, cultural revolts, religious revolts, alongside revolts in our own realm. I think we've got to play it careful if we are flipping over to Hellenic, because it is going to piss off a lot of our vassals. Saying that, though, if we can convert the religion, I think that would help us a lot. What's the moral authority of... oh, that's quite high right now. Okay, careful. 86%. Now, obviously, Hellenic is going to have a very low moral authority, because it's been, completely destroyed by Christianity. So, the early game's going to be very difficult, but I don't think it's going to be too bad. I'm quite good at managing religions, I think. So, that being said, let's carry on. And let's wait for this plague to disappear first and foremost. What? Sorry? A while back I sentenced a commoner to death for the heinous crime. Today I've learned that it was actually framed by his rival. Oh. -5 prestige. Wow, that's not really a big deal at all, is it? So, our son is sort of our main priority right now while we wait for this plague to disappear. He's actually coming out really well. Look at this. Diligent, just, honest isn't terrible. Diplomacy +3, intrigue -2. But he could do with the diplomacy, to be honest. He's clearly not doing very well. Secluded with courtiers is knocking that down. But even then, diplomacy will be one of his lower stats. So, I kind of would like to buff that up a little bit more, especially as we're going to be doing that religion flip. Diplomacy is going to play into general opinion, so that's going to be quite an important stat to consider. However, this dude with diligent and just, he's got curious as well, which obviously becomes shrewd. Fussy, which becomes don't tell me. Patient? Yeah, patient. Patient or paranoid would be very good there. You know what? Greedy's not bad either for the tax modifier. I wouldn't complain too much. Any of those can be pretty good. Obviously, curious, if we get shrewd out of that, will be incredible. Increased by the chance of his guardian having shrewd, although she has temperate, diligent, ambitious, although she has cynical, so chances are curious will flip to cynical if we leave her educating him. Let's try and find someone who's shrewd instead. I'm going to metagame the education more than I usually do, because the mod that we're playing is more similar to, obviously, base game CK2 here. So I do have to be a little bit more careful. We can't just rely on quite overpowered traits that we're going to inherit or gather through the game. We want to go join court, yes, actually see if we can get someone to our court who's shrewd. This person, gregarious, humble, charitable, shrewd. You seem like a pretty good educator. What is he? He's Aryan Vandalic. Ooh, an enemy of the state, I think. Not probably who you want to be educating the next Augustus here, but that's fine. My son, I need you to learn the shrewd ways of this shrewd man. Luba. Oh, we actually had some... Did we already have some shrewd people? Well, this guy just went into hiding, so that might be something to do with it. But anyway, let's give him control of our son's future. Is this a bad idea? Maybe, but we'll wait and see. A prominent subject has petitioned me for justice. His daughter has supposedly been beaten by Commes Galenius, leader of our Legio E Italica there. Legion of Italy, funnily enough. Wow. Do we imprison him, which will upset a lot of his allies? 25% chance of getting the trait just. We can give him a fine of 20 gold, which will annoy him as well. He's the only one whose opinion I actually care about. So what I'm going to do is imprison him, go for the chance of just, then just release him immediately. Okay, we didn't get it. That doesn't matter too much. We'll release him, and that will be seen as merciful, so he'll like us a little bit more. Boom, there we go. What does he actually think of us now, though? Because obviously imprisoning him will be a minus either way. -27. Air educate with foreign culture. Too many held duchies. Again, that was the issue with making that guy. But, it's for the future here. It's for the future of Rome. Chaos Store and a court chaplain. We should probably get these guys doing something while we're sat in hiding, I suppose. You go to Constantinople and steal their technology. I'm not sure if that's still the best place, to be honest. I assume it is, but seeing how large the Roman Empire is, maybe we could go somewhere else. collect taxes. That seems like a pretty good plan, if you don't mind. We'll have you training troops, because we haven't got a retinue to worry about right now with organising. I mean, our commanders are pretty good, too. And you can just improve statecraft with anybody you really feel like. I'll send him some gold as well. That's looking good. That's okay. Now we'll wait and see if our heir comes out any good at all. Who is this person? The king of a very small part of Georgia there? Maybe not. I'm going to say no. Food for Germanics. Oh my god, I can't believe I called her that. Okay. I wasn't expecting this so early on. It's time for you to recognize, obviously, dangerous factions would have told me that. I didn't realize it was quite as powerful as it was. This guy actually likes us now, so I was kind of hoping that would be disbanded there. It's time for you to recognize the full independence of Pannonia Superior and the other states in the independence faction. So these are going to be all of these, basically. Let's just take a look. Who have we got? Yeah, Histria, all the non-Italian states, I assume these are. Pannonia Superior, and we have this guy who died in our dungeon. Did he actually? Oh, that's very cool. I didn't realize. Awesome. I would not be blackmailed, obviously. What's he got? 230 troops, 567 troops, and 3,300. Versus around 4,000. However, we do have the Legio Italica. You've got to remember we're going to losing 3k of those when this guy goes to war. I'm going to say, I mean, what's the problem here? We say I won't be blackmailed and surrender, and they still go independent. So even if we lose, well, I should say we really have nothing to lose compared to the first one there. So let's get these guys up. Let's raise our Praetorian Guard and the Legio Italica. Right, these guys... To be honest, the Legio Italica and the Praetorian Guard are going to make this game a lot easier for us, because the vassals are going to take risks they wouldn't normally take, because they obviously won't take that into consideration when they actually declare war. So this is very good for us. It means we can weed out our traitors a lot more safely. Ooh. Wasn't expecting them really to drop troops directly in Rome there. That's fine. Galenius, Antidius, and Annius. Perfect. Battle of Rome defeat. Yeah, maybe not for long, though. There we go. Alright, 4% war score. Now, again, I didn't really want to be fighting a war on Roman soil. Hellenic revolt as well. Huh. Down there in South Italy, it's still Hellenic? No, they're actually not. Oh, maybe this province is? Yeah, okay, we've got one province that's Greek Hellenic there. We'll deal with that in a second. Although saying that, they are just sending boats straight to us. I'll deal with the revolt first. Unless we split it in half. Which I feel like might be the safer play. You guys head south. Let's get the decent commanders on this one. Although it is a peasant revolt and they've got really crappy troops, it shouldn't matter too much because we've got a decent amount of commanders anyway. We've got Annius, Nepotian, and Nerva. There we go, that should do that. Nice, okay. A second class sends you running to check on the food in your supplies. You arrive at the storeroom to see Princess Evo Chilled emerging, wiping at her mouth. Who was she? She was the... Oh, was she some relation to the guy that we defeated over in Pannonia, I guess? Right in the dungeon. Yep, goodbye. How long has this plague been around now? My god, it feels like we've had it for ages. Slow fever started... Yeah, it's been like 2 years worth of plague. Oh, actually, slow fever itself started 4 years ago. Good god. Okay. Well, I mean, we could just kill some time here. It's not a big deal. Oh, what? As your stomach groans and gurgles, you try to remember when you last had a decent meal. It's gotten to the point when you could hardly... Blah, 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 blah. Get the trait Cannibal. Sorry, I meant to click off there. Not actually close the event there. Well, it's annoying that we had to take the trait Cannibal. Huh. Not happy about that, because that's going to give a really bad opinion to Predecessor Malice. Well, we'll worry about that in a minute. I mean, oh, nice. He came out Midas touched. He got Diligent, Just, Stubborn, Paranoid, Cynical. Stubborn, Paranoid, Cynical? God damn it. Okay, well, you know what? I can't really complain too much. Midas touch, Just, Diligent are obviously very good traits. Not too bad. We can flip some of those traits quite safely, I think. Have a grandchild. Oh, that's cool. That's a nice little trait to have. Go traveling, amass wealth. That doesn't seem like a bad plan. Get with stewardship in exchange for 500 gold. I'll take that. Right, let's head over to Pannonia. We have fleets now, don't we? We do. Let's set a rally point in Rome then. Excuse me. Can we set a rally point in Rome? Raise the troops. What an annoying uprising that was. The heresy continues. We had a son and we named him Germanus. Terrible. We're going to name him Romanus. Excellent. Much better. Oh, we had twins. Neopotanius is much better than any Roman name I could come up with, let's put it that way. You'll be trained in Thrift, my son, and my other son. You will also be trained in Thrift, my son, my good son. None of them had any congenital traits or anything, but we'll try and, sort that out for our son, Prince Julius, to try and start working the eugenics program instead, I think. Ooh, that's not good. We lost a lot of, someone's born to Cressius Decius and Princess Throw in the Sea. Oh, right, that's her husband. Yeah, right, okay. Sure, Honorius, whatever, that's fine. I don't really care about my daughter's sons. Alright, my troops are reinforcing a little bit there. Oh, these boats are costing me so much money. You know what? I'm actually just going to leave them up so we can get the troops off of Venice here. Why did I hit Venice? Well, it was a, duchy level title, so it came with a little bit of decent war score there. Not a huge amount, but definitely you know, sorted out a little bit of that there, help to counterbalance it. While surveying my lands alongside my steward, I've noticed some flowers in the fields, and think of how long it's been since my wife received flowers. Yeah, sure. Lose 2 prestige. Okay, fine. I mean, I really couldn't care about 2 prestige in exchange for happiness with my wife. Although she does have camp fever, so I guess she's dead. Goodbye, wife. It was probably the flowers, let's be honest. I like those events. So those, I believe, are added by Viet, because I've not seen them before. They could be added by When the World Stopped Making Sense itself. Honestly, I'm not sure. But they're kind of nice flavor events. Obviously, they're kind of a little bit unbalanced, I suppose. You know, 10 opinion with your wife in exchange for 5 prestige. Oh, my apprentice died. Not that that's been relevant at all, because we're still trapped in with this bloody flu. Camp fever, I should say. This is ridiculous. I've never seen a plague last so long. Maybe it's because I'm playing on actual, you know, Crusader Kings 2 rules now. Inherited the province of Liguria. We'll deal with the titles after we finished up this war, which will be done in about 1 second here. We'll just assault this one down, and that should be... excuse me? Should be... Wow. Wasn't really expecting that, I'll be honest. Have they sieged something? Oh, they've taken the holdings in this one. Right, I see. I was going to say, that's my province, or that's their province, so I wasn't actually expecting that. There we go. Right, counter-siege that. 100% war score. Get the traitors in the prison. We'll deal with those in a second. Awesome. No problems there. Thank you, Legio Italica and the Praetorian Guard. Without you guys, we would have absolutely lost that, I think. Alright, who have we got? My good friend, Pallius. I'm going to revoke the title. Thank you. You are a traitor, so I don't really care. My good friend, you are going to lose your... Now, when they are a traitor, you get to revoke 1 free title. So I'm actually going to revoke that one, just so he loses his duchy level title there, so he's unlanded. As for you, it's going to be the same story. I'm going to... Oh, we can just revoke the title of Panona Superior. And then I'm going to assume we can't actually revoke this one. Oh, we can. Oh, she was the leader of the revolt. So the leader of the revolt is different. It's only for, say if this dude had 2 provinces, which he does, I think we'll only be able to revoke 1. Yeah, there we go. So, in that case, I'm going to throw him in the oubliette and actually see him dead. Oh, he's got a brother, though. Annoying. We'll throw one in the oubliette. We'll kill this one to death, and that will deal with our sort of Germanic... those Germanic tribes that we had to settle during the First War. Princess Petronella. You'll be trained in... Brawny? Just brawny? And we've had a minor food shortage? Sure, Marshall, go for it. That seems something nice and different. How are we doing in terms of Rome itself? We do need to upgrade this. We need to spend a lot of gold. Now, what about the plague? The plague is gone. Open the gates. God for that. Right. Shame we became a cannibal, though. Can't complain too much because we did survive it, so that's kind of nice. This guy's really chugging along, isn't he? 68. Holy shit. Our son, I'm going to restrict your marriage if you don't mind, because otherwise you're going to go and marry some lowborn courtier and bring dishonor to our house. Right, let's give away some stuff. My stuff. In fact, we've got way too much stuff. Liguria, let's go ahead and give that away to a valiant retainer. What's the digital size of Liguria? Oh, it's huge. It's absolutely massive. Who likes me out of you guys? Minus 84. Now, they're not going to like me too much because of... Oh, he's also our heir. We could grant vice royalties. I kind of like the idea of granting this vice royalty just because it's such a powerful vassal title. You know, it has a lot of de jure land. So granting that vice royalty is going to help keep us a little bit more stable. Oh, that's independent. I actually thought that was part of a rebellion then. What else have we got that we need to give away? Too many duchy titles, I think. Sanium. We'll give that to... What do we want to hold? We want to hold Umbria and Latium, don't we? So we'll give this one away to a Merchant Republic. Because I feel like one of our Merchant Republics fell apart, didn't they? Oh, no, we still got... oh, no, we've got 2. Okay, definitely no more Merchant Republics in that case. We will just go ahead and give that to a random dude. Hindsight. Before I start giving away land, let's convert. That way we can start actually landing people of our religion. So I don't know why I didn't think about that before. Alright, let's go ahead. Convert to Hellenism. We've done it. Oh, it's secretive. Hang on. Personally, adopt faith. Boom. There we go. We've taken it back. Oh, I don't like that it gives us tribal. That seems very offensive. Look at us now. What are our decisions? So much. Reunite the Roman Empire. Form the sacred band. Restore the Pontifical Maxima. Sacrifice to the gods. That seems pretty fun. Choose a patron deity. And obviously we can do our Hermetic stuff here that we definitely do want to do there. Wow. Okay, that's good. Now what we do, seeing as there probably aren't going to be many Hellenic people, I would just double check though. We've only got Gaius, who's not really suitable for holding land. We go over to the Intrigue tab. We'll invite a steward to court. He's probably going to be pretty crappy. Okay, he's not too terrible though. Grant landed title, my friend. You may have Pratium. There we go. And can we grant him a viceroyalty now? We definitely can. Let's give him Samnium. Perfect. Right. What else have we grabbed? Bosnisis. Who does this one belong to? Anduatonia. You can have the viceroyalty of Anduatonia. There you go, my friend. You enjoy that one. What else have we got? We've got Panona Superior, of course, revoked from the Rebels. I mean, you can have this one. Tiny Girl. You may have Panona Superior because I'm feeling generous. And that should be it. We should be good then in terms of duchy level titles. We are. Nice. 13 out of 13. Hey, that worked out pretty well then. Okay, sweet. That's the round managed. What's next on the plan? Let's write a theorem paper. I think we're going to die before we can do anything, you know, particularly good with the Hermetic Society. Could we join any other societies at this point? No, still the Hermetic, but seeing as we are Hellenic, that seems the most appropriate. I'll make a decent effort. We won't try and get him stressed because we don't want him to die before he actually gets a chance of doing anything else. And, you know, what's Ambitious going to do for us at this point? We want to put all our eggs in the next character's basket. I should dedicate myself to a particular deity and let their power inform my rule. Jupiter, the highest of all gods. Intrigue -1, Diplomacy +1. Right now I'm thinking Diplomacy just to try and cancel out the... Okay, that did nothing. Let me unpause. There we go, that's better. Rise of the Hellenic faith. Secret adherents to the ancient beliefs of Greek and Roman people have been coming forward in droves. Oh, shit, that's good. Holding on to the ancient customs of Rome led by a centurio, they refer to themselves as the Hellenic Legion. Sworn to push back the tides of the sons of Abraham, these zealots are prepared to take up the sword arm of new Hellenism. Is that another order we've got access to now? Praetorian Guard, Legio Italica. Oh, they're a holy order, right. Excellent. Okay, that's very, very good. That's going to give us a pretty decent, you know, backbone of an army to fight against off religious enemies there. Now, let's start unifying Italy. Let's actually start the war immediately. I want a holy war, but we can't holy war. That's a little bit annoying. Imperial Reconquest of the 7 provinces. I feel like that's probably the most appropriate. That's a kingdom level Casus Belli as well. Nice. What do we need? Personal wealth of 500. Oh. Right, understandable. Liberation. Well, does that give us moral authority? It does. Okay, that's what we want to start doing then. Even if it's just for one county, you know what? That's absolutely fine. Moral authority is what's going to, you know, try and make this whole transition into Hellenism a little bit easier. We're going to blow up the Germanic dude. Excellent, excellent, excellent. What do our vassals think of us right now then? Honestly, they're not too bad. Oh, sorry, I meant to revoke your title. Sorry, I completely forgot about you. Let me just go ahead and fix that. Yep, I will be revoking all of these if you don't mind. As for everything else, we can't really do much else, so I'm just going to chuck him in the oubliette and let him die there. Nice. Okay, we're going to have to give away some more titles now then. You can have this one, Grant Viceroyalty of Noricum. And we don't want to give away too many Viceroyalties, because it will give us that stacking malice there that could cause us some issues. Umbria, Latium, and Histria. Whoa, Histria is massive as well. We definitely probably want to give that to somebody as a Viceroyalty, I would say. What have we got? Aquila. You'll do. I want to kind of go for someone that's not in the mountains, just in case we have to go to war with them, in case they're in a rebellion or something. Farmlands. Nice, that'll do. That is some real inside baseball that I don't think is ever going to be relevant, but, you know, it's better to be careful. Why don't you like me now? Want to see it on the council. Foreigner, stubborn, infidel, cannibal, greedy. Wow. We've already pissed a lot of people off by eating a man, funnily enough. Man flesh. Right. Echo. Oh, God, he really doesn't like us. Oh, everybody hates us. Brilliant. Fantastic. Any vassals that could be on the council? You know what? I'll allow it. Oh, my God. Well, he's already a hideous, hideous man, so if he does, I don't really mind too much. What are we looking at here? Priest? What? Oh, Holy Man. Right, there we are. God, I don't know why that took me so long. Julius Caesar. What an incredible name. Welcome aboard, Praetorian Caesar. I need you to proselytize Rome because they are heretics and heathens alike. Can we restore the Pontificate Maxima? Nice, yeah, the Pontifex Maximus. That is exactly what we want to do. That's going to be our long-term goal now. What do we need to do? Well, obviously we need to control, I assume, holy sites then, eh? All the baronies in the province of Latium are controlled. Wow, that's quite difficult. Okay, well, luckily we've already started working on that, so that's kind of a nice convenient. A nice convenient. One of these must be true. Oh, shit. Oh, that's really easy. All the baronies in the province of Latium are controlled. And I assume by Latium they're referring to the province of Latium, they're referring specifically to Rome, right? Under the province of Latium. I hope they don't mean the entirety of Latium there, because that is quite a few that we're going to have to revoke there, unfortunately. Prefect Cardelus perished in the Manure explosion. Thank God for that. That's one down. Now, where's the other Germanic dude that we were trying to get rid of? Oh, he's in our prison, isn't he? Are you guys all in the oubliette now? Have we got some more titles I can revoke? No. What about if we just execute him dead? It's tyrannical. It's tyrannical. I think I'll be the boss of that. Kill off this child as well. He's another one that we don't really want inheriting any land in this glorious, glorious Hellenic Empire. Who else we got? Anybody else I can revoke some land from? Hathus was the guy in Venice that obviously we can't take any more land from there. Execute them. We could just ransom them off. But again, it's more enemies of the realm, and I don't really want to take that risk there. Anyway, let's start working on with the rest of this episode, strengthening the Hellenic faith as much as possible. Could we get Pontifex Maximus this episode? You know what? It is possible. It's definitely possible. If all we've got to do is control the barony level holdings in Latium, that's much easier than it sounds, because last episode, you might remember, I granted them independence so that in the future we could just declare war for the holdings. That's very doable. I feel like there can only be a couple more years on the cooldown for the truce as well. Let's just give it a go here. How long is our truce? 504. So 5 years' time, we can actually start taking back those lands. That's very good. My liege, you appear to say there is a traitor in your realm, says my Frumentari, who is supposedly the traitor. This man here. He doesn't like us, so yeah, fetch me the traitor. I agree. Revoke his titles. Is he actually counted as a traitor, though? He is not. Oh, we just gave him that. Shit. You know what? Be free, my friend. Makes all our other vassals like you, and I'll send you a gift as well, just to keep you on side a little bit. He was the guy with the chicken flag, so you know what? I've definitely got to keep him on side. You can be my champion as well. There we go. Problem solved. Alright. What was the point of that? Well, it made all of our other vassals like us, so that'll do. I'll take that, I suppose. It's a small victory. Let's go ahead and switch over to decent military commanders and siege this one down. Oh, that was dangerous. Holy shit, that hurt. Send out the paper at once. Kind of surprised we got that done with, you know, everything else going on right now. Dangerous factions, really? What have we got? Oh, well, firstly, we need to give this away. Is this a different... Oh, it's the Alps. That's annoying. Okay. 18 out of 13. What the hell did we revoke? Oh, we've inherited a load of shit over here. Liguria? We've got a lot of that we... Oh, we inherited that back, I see. Right. Okay, that's a little bit annoying, isn't it? Anybody? Do you want it? Grant land title. Ligura. I will grant you that as a viceroyalty. That is probably why we've got dangerous factions all of a sudden. Let's just wait and see how that goes. Rusirius for the Roman Empire? My Frumentari? Really? Have a gift. Have an honorary title as well, my friend. I'll sort those out in a second. I will make him my apprentice, because that also gives us a lot more opportunities to make better friends with him as well. Plus, he's our spy master, so that seems pretty good. Let's give away some minor titles. Right, there we go. The titles are given out. The council is sorted. Let's take a look at what our vassals think of us now then. Opinion. You know what? It's looking good. It's okay. We've only got a couple of dukes who don't really like us too much, but of course we can bribe them with a little bit of cash here and there. We need to make sure we stay on top of this, because we are going to die soon. We are 69 years old. That's a good number. We're going to die soon, so we need to make sure they like us as much as possible so that our next character obviously gets that opinion bonus there, and that's going to be with, unfortunately, every direct vassal. It's going to cost us a little bit of cash, but it is genuinely worth it to do this. Before we drop down dead suddenly, before we've actually, you know, managed the realm. I don't want to just sit on a stockpile of gold that we could put to good use, basically. So, that's that sorted. Shame we can't get rid of Cannibal, but I don't think anything can get rid of Cannibal once you've got it. You know, it's sort of like a permanent mark, isn't it? It's not like people will forgive you for that. Let's acquire some ingredients. We will hunt for the most prized animal parts, because that's probably going to be the cheapest method of doing it. Now, how are we doing? We perform scrying, repression of eudaimonia. That's not relevant, because we can't do that right now. Scrying is terrible. I've spoken about scrying in depth before in previous series. Absolutely god-awful, never do it. What have we got? Right, a theorem paper, obviously, that's pretty good. Make a horoscope. Make a horoscope is also god-awful, never do that. Hermetic Art and Magnum Opus, obviously, they're incredibly good. So if we can get it to Magnum Opus before this guy dies, it's going to be at least 6 years before we can get to that stage, just because of the cooldown between each rank in the Hermetic Society. So, not sure. Not sure whether or not that's going to be possible. Right, thank you. They are all approving my papers. This is good. Nice. That should give us a learning buff as well. It's going to give us +2 learning, I believe, for publishing a theorem paper. So that's going to help out a little bit. Have we already had it? No. So, let's take a look at this. 4.99, that's going to expire, so another month. Then general opinion goes up by +10. Vicious Rumors expires in... So if we can live, you know, 4 years and really spend our time in those 4 years working on building ourselves up to, you know, become the most loved Roman Hellenic Emperor that we've ever had, that will work out massively beneficial in the future for our next character who's going to take over, who isn't incredible, but is very, very good. You can straight Zealous. Absolutely, we'll take Zealous. The Druidic Reclamation? What the fuck? The ancient Druidic religion is proving unable to withstand the onslaught of the Cross and the Moon. Rather than abandoning the old ways, oh god, Irish names, I'm not reading that. And the most powerful priests have decided to reform the Druidic faith. With codified rites, a holy scripture, and a strict church hierarchy under a single leader. Is he now the head of the religion, or is he... He's from Tara College? No, he's not, so there is a different religious head there, yeah. Midrin, Aemon, sure, we'll go with that. The reformed Celtic faith has standardized liturgy etched in many stones of the British Isles. That's kind of cool. Oh, the Archdruids is selected from members of the Circle, so I assume that's somewhat like the College of Cardinals then. They're still barbarians. My god, okay. Ireland is very, very powerful in that case. Catholicism might not actually take hold at that point. Whoa, that's really strange. That's very cool, though. That's really cool to see. Alright then. Well, I wasn't expecting that. We've got to give away some land. We've apparently picked some up that we shouldn't have. Oh, right, this one, of course. We'll just give that to any random... Assume you can't create any vassal on top-level holdings there. It would make lives a lot easier, wouldn't it? Right, let's go ahead and find someone. My religion, my culture. You can have it, my good friend. Who are you? Somebody... it's definitely not mine, because he's somewhere researching economy tech, which is something I'd never do, because it's an absolute waste of time. There you go. You can have that one. Nice. Alright then, well, let's start actually becoming the Pontifex Maxima and start revoking some of these titles here. If this child dies, we inherit another barony, so we will do that one. He can die. And again, we've got to wait a few more years before we can actually declare war for those as well. What about this one here? You are under a priest. Well, we can just revoke it. What I would like to do is pass religious revocation if we can do that. Is that... Oh, it's not even an option. Damn it, that's a little bit annoying. Oh, hang on. It's under here. Okay, if we can get religious intolerance. Now, bear with me so I work out what we need. We need to have medium centralization or higher. We need to have... All the following must be true. Medium tribal organization. Really? Okay, sure. That seems a little strange, but okay. Right. Maybe we just need centralization then. Sure, we can start centralizing. That's absolutely fine by me. It's also going to give us that little bit of extra domain size as well. Yeah, I don't... Let me just double check that I've read that properly. I'm a fool. That's only if we're tribal. There it says that. All of the following must be true. Government is tribal. So what we need is... Oh, we've already got it. We just have to have title revocation allowed. If you look through the bottom one there, that's me being a fool. So actually all we need then is medium centralization. We can basically revoke those titles for free. I had some interesting flasks that could aid us, my friend. A festive out in the wild. A message left amidst the wildflowers addressed to my courtier. I couldn't care less, to be honest with you. Nice. There it is. Circus Biggus Diccus Maximus. Circus Maximus Diccus, if you will. After many years of disrepair, the ruler of Rome have recently rebuilt and renovated the Circus Maximus. Now the great chariot games of the days of old. We ride again. What does that do for us? I don't know. I don't think it actually does anything, does it? Unless it's like the Byzantine Empire, where you get the event to bet on chariot races, things like that. Yeah, I can't see anything. Weird. Okay, well, whenever we can do this, we should probably mark that as special interest to do that as much as possible. Oh, support the green, support the blues. Hey, there we go. Centered on... working class, violent, and hard working. So that would give us martial. The blues would give us court intrigue and diplomacy. Well, let's support the blues. This is the right path. Blues supporter. That's going to give us intrigue, diplomacy, vassal opinion. Oh, that's really good. Wow, this is the right path. I agree. Thank God we did that. Search for a smith. We do want to do that, but I'd rather spend our gold on more important things, like bribing our vassals, like I said. Let's perform a sacred ritual as well. What did that do for us? I probably should have read the tooltip. I was kind of expecting... Oh, right, there we go. Martial +1, diplomacy +1. Published the theorem paper. Was learning +2. Excellent. Look at this guy now. He's turned out pretty well. Summoning the divine. The time for the ritual has come and your order is congregated in a spacious room. Symbols scatter the floor as you chant your hymns. So this is your pretty standard Hermetic Society event. All of these correlate to a stat. I can't for the life of me remember the stat. I think... Bear with me here. Sun is stewardship. Stars is... diplomacy? Gods is learning, and then secrets is obviously intrigue, I think. So I'm going to go with... Sun? I honestly don't remember. I need to write these down. But there is also a chance of getting a Divine Epiphany, which give you +2 to everything. So that would be very, very nice. The great and magnificent sacrifice to our deities. A day-long ceremony is underway. May they be pleased with our abundance of offering and melody of our hymns. I respect a higher being and supplicate myself. I fear such a higher being and pray for guidance and power. You feel the presence of Hera. I respect a higher being and supplicate myself. We are an emperor, so fine. Oh, that gave us stewardship +3. Annoying, but we got the best outcome out of it, but I would prefer, obviously, if that was diplomacy there. As we step out of the shadows, the guards draw their blades. Their posture and faces change as I pull the heavy purse out from my pocket. After a short exchange of words and coins, neophyte Fabius and I enter through a heavy door. What now, brother? What course of action would you recommend? Okay, we're breaking and entering. Let's go for this one. Safer, but not as effective. I'm fine with being safer. Now, what do we want to sacrifice? We can gain +5 national tax. 20% morale of armies is ridiculous. General opinion +5 is also ridiculous. That lowers revolt risk as well, so I'll take that one if you don't mind. We gain 10 gold and 200 esoteric knowledge. Hey, not the worst outcome, but again, I want to play it safe. We don't want to be put in prison there, and we are going to gain some for actually finishing the event too. May there be peace between heaven and earth. Thank you. Excellent. We really showed him, and we gained some, like I said, we gained some friendship there with our spy master because we made him our apprentice there. So that worked out really, really well. You were sitting with your courtiers having idle conversation. They're discussing the Trojan War and how it started when Hera, Athena, and Aphrodite competed to see which one of them was the loveliest of all. Who do you want to back? I mean, basically, we've got a choice of a Duke or randomers. So I'm going to obviously back the Duke and go for Athena. Absolutely. Later that night, in your dreams, a woman appears to you. She's a young maiden of incomparable beauty. She wears a full suit of armor and wields a spear. She realizes she is great Minerva. As you pay your respects, she explains that you were wise in arguing that she was the most beautiful of all. Venus is such a bimbo, you know. Blessed by Minerva, learning +3? Is that permanent? Wait. Holy shit, that is permanent. Wow, that's incredible. Learning +3. Holy shit, the Hermetic Society is going to go really well for us, and assume we survived that long, naturally. Every now and then you pay homage to your family's Lares, the local guardian deities who have protected your dynasty since time immemorial. Okay, cool. So we've got some varying effects here. We, again, would like the diplomacy one if you don't mind, but let's give it a go. We got ourselves the learning one. My god, this guy's so smart all of a sudden. Scantilia, you will get Thrift, because that is the best one. Thrift like your father and his father before him, who was definitely not near Britannia as big as Diccus, my god. Alright, we will leave it there for today. We've done a lot of good work, I think. We've obviously become Hellenic. We've had some Hellenic rituals, Hellenic events. Look at this guy. We've got him up from being a fairly mediocre character to apparently being a learning powerhouse. We've rebought the Circus Maximus, how could I forget, which we need to come up with a decent name on. I'll take the highest upvote one as the canonical name for the newly rebuilt Circus Maximus there. And of course, shout out to all of the patrons for making this series possible. Big Dick Timmy, Sean Thornton, Zachary Harris, Lucas Holting, Haydog, Croesus, Gabriel Vanders, Josh Lundeen Tesla, Michael Mullen, Logan Thorne, Conspired C, James Ogilvie, Escape, and Jackson Widman. Thank you all for your support. And a big shout out to everybody else on this ridiculously long list of Patreon backers as well. Nathaniel Limburg, Brandon Vintoniak, Necrophilin, Felix Deal, Princess Ugly the Dragon, Noblesse, Quet Larchely, Zareven, Facundo Vasquez, Polmaster, Imperator Augustus, Jack Allen, Chancellor Chief, Palpatine 9, The Lizard King, Llewellyn Thomas, Joran DeVries, Euphrates, Duncan217, Jordan Campbell, Asra and Sedini. Thank you all for your support. This is a really, really fun series. I'm liking this Hellenic Roman Empire we're building up here. Next episode, Pontifex Maxima. I feel like that's a good plan.